moment to stop. Time to go home. Don't want this night.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be tackling part 3 of this bedroom remakeover model, whatever you want to call it. We are starting in the boys' room and taking down the top bunk of their bunk beds. Sorry about the lighting in here. It gets better, I promise. I had to change out the lights in this room and it was just a whole thing. So, like I said, we're going to start in this room, taking down the bunk beds, shifting all the furniture around because we are painting these walls, and yes, we're getting rid of the under the sea theme, getting rid of the diver. It's going to be a whole process. It's going to be a huge before and after transformation, as I'm sure you saw based on the clips in the beginning. We're going to be doing this bedroom and then transforming the playroom into a bedroom for the boys. So stick around. It's going to be a great video. What I'm doing here is I'm taping all of the large pieces together, so when we put it in storage, it remains all together.
How did we end up here in the corner, looking like enemies? We used to be the team people talk about, what a chemistry. I can see it in your eyes. You don't wanna talk anymore. I wanna get so numb while we enemies. No, you don't mind the way I stutter my words. You know exactly what it means and how it hurts. Oh, I can't believe you're here. Can't get any worse. No. I just wanna get out of here. I find it so hard to breathe. 'Cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me, but now it's so hard to breathe. Just get me out of here. Just get me out of here. Just get me out of. How can you be so calm around me when I act desperately? You used to be the one getting crazy when I'd be hard to reach. I can see it in your eyes. You don't wanna talk anymore. I wanna get so numb while we enemies. No, you don't mind the way I stutter my words. You know exactly what it means and how it hurts. Oh, I can't believe you're here. Can't get any worse. No. I just wanna get out of here. I find it so hard to breathe. 'Cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me, but now it's so hard to breathe. Just get me out of here. Just get me out of here. I just wanna get out of here. I find it so hard.
Alright y'all, doing a check-in progress report. I did paint over the diver and some of the darker spots so that it acts more like as a first layer, so that when I roll, it'll be more like a second layer. Sorry about the lighting. Sorry that I haven't filmed all of this, but the angles in this room are just so hard because of all the stuff in the middle. Oh, bed. But yeah, we got the whole wall framed out, lined out, whatever you want to call it, edged out. And then I'm gonna go start on the sides for today because this is 4th of July weekend that I'm doing this. So I'm gonna go take a break, let some of this dry down, and then we'll come back and roll the walls. At least 3 of them. This one is probably gonna have to wait till tomorrow so that I can shove all of this stuff back this way so that I can get to that wall. But we got some of it, so let's keep going. So you just saw in one of the previous clips that I used, actually one of the kids' drink cups, a plastic cup, and then I lined it with a Ziploc bag and then poured the paint in there. That makes it easier for me to climb up and down the stepladder without having to carry a huge bucket of paint and worrying about dropping it. So it's just easier to manage, and it's so much easier cleanup. And also I was able to Ziploc the paintbrush into that Ziploc bag when I was taking a break between coats, so that the paintbrush did not dry out with the paint on it, and whatever paint was left over in the bag in there did not go to waste. So it's a really good tip for if you're painting a room, needing a break, etc. So continuing on, we are putting on our first layer of, I think this is Sherwin-Williams Agreeable Gray. It looks really different in certain lighting. So right now we have warm white lights in the ceiling fan. And then later on, I'm going to be putting cool white lights in the ceiling fan. And it just completely changes the color. It's such a really good neutral that I am absolutely loving. I'm pretty sure I put that same color in the bathroom when I redid the bathroom too. And then the color that's on my walls is not Agreeable Gray. Which one was that one? I can't remember. I'll put them down below, but those are all my favorite grays, and they're by Sherwin-Williams. After the walls had a couple hours to dry, I went ahead and I started drilling in a few little pilot holes into the ceiling so that I could screw in these little hooks. They're white so that they do match the ceiling color. This is what I'm going to be hanging Lila's twinkle lights from the ceiling with. She wanted a little reading corner that she could have all of her little stuffed animals in, and so these purple twinkle lights that we're going to be hanging are going to completely change the whole aesthetic of the room. This girl is in love with purple, let me tell you.
All you ever do is say how far you wanna go. Baby, I can tell it's just for show. Every line designed to let me know. You know you're already accepted. To me, you're always picture perfect. You think you're gonna be rejected. Just say you're in love, 'cause so am I. So am I. Say that you are. So am I. Say that you love me. So am I. Say that you are. So am I. Say that you love me. When we are together, you're afraid to hold my hand, trying to understand. What if this doesn't go as planned? So you don't know what it means to be loyal and kind. I know that you're not blind. Tell me what is really on your mind. You know you're already accepted. To me, you're always picture perfect. You think you're gonna be rejected. Just say you're in love, 'cause so am I. So am I. Say that you are.
So as you can see here, I am measuring this picture, I am leveling this picture, there's a pencil stuck in my hair. I went to every length to make sure this picture was straight, and it is straight. The camera's crooked. I did get a new tripod, so this should not be an issue going forward, but that kind of drives me nuts. Looking at that picture, it's totally crooked on camera. And I know that some of you out there are yelling through the screen at me, it's crooked, it's not crooked. I promise. See, look, level. It's level. I promise. It is totally level. Anything that I have found and I'm able to link, I'll try and do so in the description box below. Many of the things that we did get for her room, we did find on Amazon. Some of the things I got from the Target dollar spot, which of course, you know, I'm not going to be able to link those things, but it's just little tiny decorative things that you can probably find at really any craft store, honestly. So I got these purple and black and white pictures from Amazon. Love them. Absolutely love them. And then next I'm going to be hanging up some butterflies on the wall around it. And I did get those from Amazon too. So like I said, anything that I am able to link, I definitely will.
I've been trying my best for a while, trying to please everyone who's around me. I've been putting on my fake smile, even though I'm wasting time. I don't want to be trapped in a box, trying to be like the rest when I'm not. I just wanna go my own way, gonna let the past burn down. Cause honestly, don't wanna be stuck in boring conversations with you. I'm gonna leave it all behind, find myself, I'm gonna start over new. Yeah, I'm on my way now. 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 I'll be going away for a while. Oh, and I don't know what I'll find. Maybe I can be a rock star, playing songs on my guitar. I know I have to be somewhere else to be able to find myself. Shouldn't be so complicated if I listen to my heart. I'm gonna leave it all behind, find myself, I'm gonna start over new. Yeah, I'm on my way now. 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 I don't wanna be trapped in a box. I just wanna go my own way. 'Cause I am on my way. 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 I am on my way.
So the picture that I just hung up actually was a DIY project. I got the wood frame from Walmart, and then I painted it purple, and then I cut out Lila's name with just my Cricut and some white vinyl. So that definitely was a really easy way to decorate that little space, and it was super inexpensive. Now here I am hanging these floating shelves, which proved to be really annoying because I hate wall anchors. Super duper annoying. But I did use this hack that I learned from Amanda over at This Crazy Life. She uses toothpaste on the back of wall hangings to make sure that they are hitting the wall in the right spot. So she'll level it out, and then she'll take the toothpaste, like I'm about to show you here in just a few minutes, and she's going to mark the ends or the little screw holes and push it against the wall so you know exactly where to screw in. So that is the hack that I'm using today.
Say you don't wanna be with me, but you miss me as soon as it's over. Your name lighting up the screen, but you never call when you're sober. You say you don't like the games, but you play me like there's no tomorrow. You should know that I'm fed up with your lies, so don't come closer. You know you hurt me bad and I have scars. I need some time to heal, so don't come over. Don't even bother calling, just get lost. I'm fine on my own, so don't even bother to come back, 'cause I'm done. I'm fine on my own, and boy, your pretty little lies are getting old. All the nights I have wasted on you are gone, 'cause we are through. All the nights I have wasted on you are gone, 'cause we are through. You say you don't wanna be a thing, but I'm not the one who's calling. I'm tired of waiting for you to change into someone who can love me. But you play me like there's no tomorrow. You should know that I'm fed up with your lies, so don't come closer. You know you hurt me bad and I have scars. I need some time to heal, so don't come over. Don't even bother calling, just get lost. I'm fine on my own, so don't even bother to come back, 'cause I'm done. I'm fine on my own, and boy, your pretty little lies are getting old. All those late nights I waited for you, they're gone, 'cause we are through. All those late nights I waited for you, they're gone, 'cause we are through. Your lies are getting old, but I'm getting stronger. You think that my bed's getting cold, but it's feeling warm. Your lies are getting old, but I'm getting stronger. I'm getting stronger. 'Cause I'm fine on my own, so don't even bother to come back, 'cause I'm done. I'm fine on my own, and boy, your pretty little lies are getting old. All those late nights I waited for you, they're gone, 'cause we are through. All those late nights I waited for you, they're gone, 'cause we are through. 'Cause we're through.
So now that all of my kids are readers, I'm finding that having their drawers labeled has made such a difference in keeping their drawers labeled. Whenever I bring laundry into their rooms and either I put it away or I have them put it away, it always goes into the right spot and things are not just getting shoved wherever they find space. Also, something that has been a huge game changer has been these drawer dividers. Again, I will try and link them down below. I have found them at Target and on Amazon. So you can probably find, actually, I think I found them at Walmart too. So you can really find them anywhere. You just gotta want to make sure that the size is going to fit your drawers, because I did make the fatal mistake of purchasing some bamboo ones, but they were for kitchen drawers and they were just way too big for these dresser drawers. So just pay attention to the sizing, measure twice, cut once, you know, that whole thing. So, but yes, I definitely love these drawer dividers. They have lasted too. I think only one or two have broken because my sons are absolute savages, but the ones in my daughter's drawer seems to have lasted. But anyways, these drawers have remained so tidy and so organized, and I'm super happy with this. And I just made these little labels with my Cricut. So I'm in love with this whole system right now. You may recognize this shelving unit or this cube organizer. It used to live in the playroom, but we have repurposed pretty much all of this furniture and just kind of put it into a new space. I don't think I've really bought anything new, except for maybe a few decor items, but all of the big furniture has been repurposed or reused. I think that there might be one or two things in the boys' room that we had to purchase. But anyways, so I'm reusing this cube organizer. It's a 4 tall or a 4 wide, whatever you want to, however you want to position it. So we're using it kind of like a a locker cubby system for all of their sports gear. So Kale and Matthew had the 2 tall ones on top, or the 2 cubes on top for their pads, their helmets, and then Lila is going to have the 3rd one down that's going to have all of her cheerleading uniforms, her pom-poms, her bow, everything that she's going to need for game day right there in that cubby. And then the last cubby on the bottom has shoes and gloves and football socks, things like that. Well, maybe not football socks, but you know, the shoes, the cleats, everything is going to be in a little cube organizer down on the bottom, and it keeps everything nice and tidy like it would be in a locker. And of course, no room is complete without a good candle being lit just to set the coziness. But who's ready for a good before and after? This was what the room looked like before we got started. It had been like this for a good 15 years. And now here is the voila after. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey here today. As you can tell, I did not include any clips of the boys' room. We're going to go ahead and do a bonus video this week, and I'm going to post that one on Thursday so you can come back and see the boys' room reveal. And thank you guys again for joining me here today, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.